Well, it has gotten really big. And how do we explain what has happened? If everything was already under suspicion, now even more so. How is a guy who has criticized one of the two clubs playing in tomorrow's Copa del Rey final going to sit in the bar tomorrow? Oh, coincidence? Real Madrid. That he has threatened the Real Madrid over the Real Madrid television videos, and everything has revolved around that. Also helped by the journalists' questions, of course, who about Negreira, they didn't ask anything, but yes, about the videos of, or because of the Real Madrid television videos. And of course, here, it seems like it's the only thing that has happened in this country, right? When that is a tiny, tiny, tiny thing with 1,000 nuances. Hey, it is a media outlet that does depend on a club, but it has the freedom of expression to say whatever they want. Moreover, gives real data and shows real images, but it's all eyes there. This is very typical of Spain too, right? And we forget the most serious thing that has happened, don't we? That for 20 years, this refereeing system was corrupt, descorrupted, there was systemic corruption. We are not the ones saying it. A judge said it not in one ruling, but in several, in their own handwriting. And hasn't it generated any controversy? No, those are the videos from Real Madrid television. Tomorrow, a gentleman who criticized Real Madrid today will sit in the bar during a final against Barca. And about what Real Madrid is doing and has threatened. Well, one has ranted and the other has played the victim, saying, my children are told I don't know what at school because of the videos. Because now you will hear him. He didn't say it like this, but it's, I'm going to talk about the videos. No, I'm not going to talk about the videos, but I'll say that when my children go to school. Honestly, it's truly incredible. Well, now we see what this González Fuertes has said, who, mind you, was chosen for the VAR as he was chosen, and even Iturralde González said the other day that he's the least bad, because it's not risking your career if you mess up, it's not risking another referee's career who has more time left. It's amazing, really. I mean, they haven't picked the best, they've picked someone there who, I insist, it is the least bad thing that could happen to the technical committee of referees. But not for strictly technical reasons and meritocracy within the referee group. It's to save face the technical committee of referees. And besides, they put in the ones they had to put in, the ones who... So that I'm understood, okay? And we'll put that in quotes. They put two hitmen there who were going to say this at the press conference today. But in what country has this been seen? It's shocking. They set it up a day before to go against one of the two clubs in not a completely direct way, but you know what I mean? Well, not even indirectly. They've talked about the videos from Real Madrid television. But in what country, in what football can that happen? In this one. In a country where at a political level we are seeing what we are seeing, and the response is not to give any explanation for what is happening, but to play the victim. Damn, if the government does it, the referees will do it too, right? In short, it really is. It's shocking. Well, Madrid, after this, of course, said that this disqualifies this man, especially the one in the VAR, from officiating tomorrow, being in the Arbor room. And the Federation has said no, that they have the utmost confidence in these referees, and that's it. Madrid says that, of course, this gentleman places González Fuertes in a position of lack of impartiality for the match. Naturally. Well, alright, now we will listen to them, but first, because I'm going to include a bit of the press conference. Moreover, I'll be careful to include images, naturally, because then the Federation is bothersome about this and can cause trouble. The video, yes, we are going to listen to the audio of both. And we are going to read what he said before listening as well. But we are going to read what González Fuertes said at the moment he talks about the videos. When they were asked, the Burgos Bengoechea, I insist he played the victim. And the other one came and says, yes, I'm going to speak, and I'm going to speak well about these videos. I mean, the guy wanted to say things. More than what is said is the consequences of what's said. We are seeing on social media anonymous people who insult and threaten without any control. Officials responsible for clubs' official networks continuously attacking our group, in addition to the actions of players and statements leading people to think. Statements from whom? No, because then all the clubs, after the statement from Madrid, a lot of clubs issued statements. But which was the most famous? Why did football rise up, against Madrid? Against the Madrid statement, right? It says, statements leading to the belief that we are not honest in our decisions. The consequences are that when you talk about theft and obscene words, the frustration you generate in the fan is taken out on the boy and the girl. That this, well, end up picking up a whistle and have to referee a kid's game. It is a consequence of putting a target on a colleague's head. It's good and healthy for everyone to return to a more wholesome football. When it comes to playing the victim, it is in the matter of the children, of the referees and the kids who want a referee, right? I mean, what has happened all their lives, unfortunately, is that the parents of these crazy kids who are raised this way at home go to the soccer fields to insult another kid's dad or directly ridicule another kid or directly insult the referee. This has happened all the time. Now it's the fault of the Real Madrid television videos and the statements. And the most famous one, the Real Madrid one, right? This is what this guy was saying. Let's listen. When he threatens saying watch out, he says the phrase, we are going to make history. But you've already done it. I mean, you had a boss who earned millions from a club and only the most obedient got promoted, right? Because it seems like nothing happened here. I mean, it seems like there wasn't a system in handwriting by a judge, right? In several orders. Corrupted system, systemic corruption in the refereeing body. Everyone, absolutely everyone. When the Barcelona Negreira case breaks, all the referees who were there should have stopped refereeing, all of them. The bosses out because they were powerful figures from the Negreira era. And the referees who were there, at least, hey, maybe not all, but at least for me it would be all of them, because you kick the ground and referees come out, or you bring them from another country. Until the case is fully investigated and a trial for the Barcelona Negreira case, none of them could have refereed. But I insist, maybe not all, but at least those who paid the Negreira's son to advance in their category. Man, it has been proven that Negreira was being promoted and demoted. It determined the professional future of people who either earned 300,000 or 150,000, which is already quite something to earn 150,000, huh? Well, but of course, yeah, you were already earning 300,000, meaning you were in the first division or in the second. It's astonishing. And it didn't happen. Nothing. Nobody resigned. Nobody stopped officiating. I'm going to say who stopped officiating. Precisely, the referees who didn't go along with this system, those were the ones who stopped officiating. And the ones who did well are the ones under suspicion. Well, you see, the Burgos Bengoechea was in the Negreirato. In fact, he started there and began to do well there in 2017 referee, the classics of that Spanish Super Cup. The other one, honestly, I don't know, but it sounds familiar. I think the other one was already a linesman. The other one has been a linesman for many years. I think he was already within the system. Well, González Fuertes, he got a bit assertive in the press conference and said this about the videos as well.
More decisive effort to try to prevent these videos from continuing to be made. I don't know, some kind of looking for some kind of sanction to try to put an end to these kinds of practices.
Look, I'll tell you the situation and the feeling that the team of male and female professional referees in Spanish football has right now. There is more unity than ever. We are more united than ever, possibly due to the circumstances we are experiencing around us. But not many weeks ago, the 180 colleagues in professional football had a meeting, and we are more united than ever. We confirmed that unity. We confirmed that unity with our president, Luis Medina. We confirmed it with his team. We reaffirm it with each of the employees of our CTA. Why? Because our institution is the one we have to preserve. So, to your question, have no doubt that we are going to have to start taking measures. We are going to have to start taking much more serious measures than those being taken. Because this union that we have now and that we live daily with our president, with his board of directors, with the 180 colleagues, we will not continue allowing what is happening to happen. We will not continue allowing it. In a few dates, Bosé, you might have some news about what is happening and what is coming. But do not doubt that this group, currently forming Spanish officiating, both female and male, along with the committee, is going to make history. It is going to make history because we are not going to keep putting up with what we are enduring.
I insist, no questions about Negreira. Divert attention with the Real Madrid videos. Here there's only one bad guy, it's Real Madrid. It's the one criticizing the system, which in the end is all the clubs. But the one leading the charge here is Real Madrid. The most affected for obvious reasons, right? And well, so the focus, I insist, is placed on the videos of Real Madrid television. And not content with that, with threatening, goes the Burgos Bengoechea and talks about this regarding his family and starts crying. Look at this.
I really love the videos from Real Madrid television. The truth is that's what gets the most attention. I'm not going to say otherwise. I'm going to tell you situations that have happened to my colleagues, and then you give me your opinion, because I want you to respond. When your child goes to school and there are kids who say that their father is a thief and they come home crying, that's really tough. What I do in my case is try to educate my son, okay, to tell him that his father is honest, above all honest, who makes mistakes just like any other athlete, okay? And that's really tough. I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but the day I leave here, I want my son to be proud of what his father was and what refereeing is. Because refereeing has given us many values, and it is unfair to what many colleagues, both male and female, are going through. Not from professional football, because this affects our families, but especially from grassroots football. So each one of us should reflect, on where we want to go and what we want from sports and football. Okay? I just wanted you to know.
Well, is that when one victimizes themselves, of course, what they're also seeking is empathy from others and to touch them a little and such. And there is a point, because those of us who are parents understand it, that when you talk about your child, sometimes in any speech, well, it can win a bit of emotion, and then, well, you get teary-eyed and such, but it's not an act, it's true, kids. Well, you know what I mean, right? But of course, and I'm not even saying that this man doesn't want to be honorable in his work and show his son that he is, but I don't doubt it. But maybe the problem is not with the referees individually, which, well, there are those who knew everything that was brewing at the time and acted in an even more devious way. But there would also be referees, and maybe it's the case for Burgos Bengoechea, I don't know, but surely for many, and I always use the same example of a front page, of a newspaper, right? You can be a very honest journalist, but you're in a newspaper, and the boss, the director of that newspaper, is earning millions from a multinational or a specific government and has an editorial line they are marking because they are paying. And it makes you know that you cannot say certain things. And you can be very honest, but if you don't want to lose your job, then you don't say the things your boss doesn't want you to say. Exactly. Well, the same happened with arbitration. The system was corrupt from the top. That's it. I insist, a judge has also said it, Judge Aguirre, the investigating judge of the Barcelona-Negreira case, who's now a female judge. Because this gentleman retired. But I think it is perfectly understood. That's why they should have all been dismissed. Listen, we separate all these people from here until the issue is clarified and bring in others. That's it. Hence the suspicions of the people. Hence the anger of many Real Madrid fans. And it should be of many more fans of the other clubs. Very few peep out, very few who say, hey, what happened here? Because there is an anti-Madrid sentiment rampant in this country and outside this country too, which even buys this argument before agreeing with what decency dictates. It's just that we think it's great that you get emotional talking about your son and that. Shout your honesty from the rooftops, but it is not our fault what has been did in his group, in his establishment, in the group of referees that have to officiate not only a league but also a cup, a super cup, Spanish football in general, which was completely rotten because a club was paying your boss, and here the innocent would suffer for the guilty. But that is already under suspicion. It is normal that people... I don't understand why you all keep refereeing and why the leadership hasn't changed and why the structure remains the same and why the same guy who put you there is still deciding who put you there. And today we have already seen it because you have a little job to do and you have started with the press conference. Well, Real Madrid television, I believe it was Jesus Alcaide, then he responded. Of course, anyway, all of that seemed to him like what it seems to all of us, right? It says here that it's curious, well, what we've been saying since we learned of the appointment of Burgos Bengoechea. it's curious that it said this when there isn't any Spanish referee at the Club World Cup, when there is talk of the good functioning of the CTA or Spanish refereeing, right? That in the final rounds of World Cups and European Championships, there is no standout Spanish referee recently, and if indeed there isn't going to be anyone, in the Club World Cup there won't be anyone. Well, it's that they don't trust from outside, but because of everything that has happened, right, that they also could have taken action on the matter and gone a bit further, not just by not inviting the Spanish referees for FIFA and UEFA, but well, I mean against Barça, that they could have done it. People here ask, how is it possible that the Burgos Bengoechea, who has been international since 2017, hasn't officiated anything important? And it's true. And they also added, football will be healthier when they are not there, referring to the current referees, nor Medina Cantalejo. And it will be fairer when the production of the images, this is another shocking thing, has no emotional connection with Football Club Barcelona, meaning Media Pro. They also defended their communication policy. They said that what Real Madrid television does is protected by freedom of expression. Celta is not in a position to say what videos a media outlet makes, as it is. Besides, I insist, as I said at the beginning, those videos from Real Madrid television are based on data and images, and those images have their interpretation. And well, of all the videos I've seen from Real Madrid television, notice that there are some places, very few, where I say, well, for me that wasn't a penalty, or for me that wasn't a handball. And maybe they're saying on Real Madrid television that it was, right? But except for very few things, the rest, but we have eyes, we've seen it. There's no need to watch the videos from Real Madrid television. We've seen what we've had in the month of February. We've seen all these years what we've had. And by the way, before the Negreira case blew up, the Real Madrid television videos were already there, which have been analyzing the referees who will officiate for us for 20 years. The thing is that since the Negreira case blew up, I insist the focus is only on the Real Madrid television videos, because the other issue is so heavy that there is a strategy here to divert attention and create narratives in which Real Madrid is the villain, when what has been proven is that Barcelona has been the only club to pay an officiating chief. And then of course, but what do they want to do? What was González Fuertes saying? That they're going to make history of what? I mean, but what are they going to do against a media outlet that's saying, interpreting plays and presenting data and showing images? It's the world upside down. And tomorrow, I insist and go back to the beginning, there will be a referee on the field, well, who has already given us all sorts of troubles and who also got emotional talking about his children and something during the pre-match press conference, precisely because of some videos made by the TV of one of the two teams that will be competing. And another that has gone further, has attacked, has threatened, and has shown that tomorrow is not going to be impartial. And another very serious thing, just to finish, if then Real Madrid goes and wants to get him out of there, they want the referee to change to another because they say it disqualifies him. The lack of impartiality that's going to prove when they enter that VOR room, it's going to mess with Madrid even more. I mean, really. Well, anyway, I think it's as clear as day. I think it's perfectly understood. Even though he repeats himself, no, I don't want it to be noticed. I'm going to try to be impartial. It's just that because of the anger he'll have, his subconscious will lead him to want to lean to one side. Well, I mean that. Anyway, we are going to have it. We are going to have it even bigger. It's gotten complicated, but let's see the final of tomorrow. Then Ancelotti speaks, and Flick, who I think is speaking at this time while I'm recording this video, but well, that will be in the video tonight. I hope everything goes well for you. Give it a like. If you like this video, please subscribe if you haven't done so yet. It's free. And activate the bell so that you get notified when the videos come out. And well, comment, share, and see you in the next one. Bye.